So what's going on, guys? Miles back with another video. If you guys check my community tab, I've been posting different articles for you guys to check out, just so you know that I'm not just making some of this stuff up. Today or recently, I don't know when I'm gonna drop this video, but recently I made a post talking about in the last 2 days, there was at least 6 women teachers that were arrested for sexual misconduct with students. Now, I read the article. It was talking about the middle of last month, April. Right, we're in May, middle of May, so about a month ago. And so I'm reading the article, and I mean, at this point, guys, I'll just be honest with y'all, my mind is calloused. Nothing shocks me at this point. I think we've heard the craziest stuff we were gonna hear. So when stories come out like this and we see the messed upness, we start to realize how messed up the society is. And once you recognize how messed up the society is, this stuff like this can easily happen. So I was reading the stories, and you know, these women are in their 30s, late 20s, and I'm gonna tell you guys, and I told you this, guys, in a later video or earlier video, when it comes to the sexual drive of both men and women. Now, I didn't look into if these women were married or not. The article really didn't say if these women were really married or not. I'm sure a couple of them were. I'm sure at least a few of them were. But we got to go into this before we address the article. Men, our sexual drive is the highest in our teens and 20s. But as we get older, our sex drive begins to drop. On the flip side, women, their sex drive begins to go up. See, this is how cruel nature is, right? It is what it is. When a woman is in her teenage years and in her 20s, early to mid 20s, her sex drive is not near as high as the males. But as she gets older, her sex drive skyrockets and peaks around in her 30s. I've told you guys about the article where, and I'm gonna try to link it this time. If not, somebody comment below and I'll link it. Between the ages of 27 and 45, that's when women's sexual drive goes up the highest. And this is where we can address the article, because we're starting to see trends that are going on in this behavior. And I want you guys to dissect and look at the situations that are going on in your life. These teachers, the majority of them were in between that range of 27 and 45. Most of them were in their 30s. I think a couple of them were 26, which means they're pretty much just a year away from their sex drive skyrocket, right? And I'm sure it's different for every woman. It's not concrete. So we always talk about how men can't control it, how men can't hold it in. What about these women And why isn't this study of their sex drive getting higher as they age talked about more? Because we could damn near pinpoint the reason why, and I gotta throw this out. We could damn near pinpoint the reason why, just off of this simple study of why women are cheating in these age ranges. Now, the reason why she's cheating, we never know why, but we do know her sex drive is the highest, so she's more likely to cheat within these age ranges. So we talk about perverted men. If this was a 30-year-old teacher having sex with a teenage woman, they throw him under the jail. But it seems like in today's society, there's no possible way. It seems like there's no possible way a woman can't be perverted as well. And this article is pure, shows that reason. Right? Now, these teenage guys can't offer anything to these women outside of just sex. So it's simply just a simple attraction thing. There's nothing more, there's nothing less. They don't have any money. They don't have, they might have some status on campus. They're an athlete. I know one of the kids was a track athlete that was 17, so I'm sure he was a prominent athlete that the woman wanted to sleep with, right? But we have all these things, all these stereotypes about men and their sex drive and their sexual nature and how they need to control it and how they need to just simply control it, for lack of a better phrase. But nobody's talking about women need to control it as well when they're around these young men. It's kind of like a double standard between the sexes. It seems like society has shamed men into a corner to where men take the blame and get painted the bad guy for these things. But there's no possible way a woman can commit such a thing because they're so angels. They're innocent most times. Since society portrays the women as the victims, there's no way a victim can be perverted. That's how the psychology of how the society has shaped itself is playing out in front of us. Because nobody's really outraged about these 6 women and their sexual misconduct. I didn't see anybody make any videos about it. Some of these women were fired. They're in investigation. But there's no outrage. And it's to the point to where should we even take our kids to public school for risk of these teachers being perverted? Because any person or anything or anybody that can't be checked in the society is going to corrupt absolutely. Since women can't possibly be sexual predators, well, we're going to let these stories slide. But the story said at least 6, so that means at least 6 that they know about. This means what? It's probably more. This is where society is heading. This is where and how dangerous this thought process can be. So that's my video. I want you guys to go ahead and like, comment your thoughts below. If it's your first time watching this video or watching my channel, I appreciate it. Please consider subscribing. If any of you guys want to donate to the channel, all the ways you can donate are in the description below. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one.